Hi guys, good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and it's very important day. It's FOMC day. We are going to have within the next 5 minutes USDJPY, but the FOMC later today, that's gonna be the key for the dollar. So let's have a look what we have here. Hi guys. So finally, FOMC day. We've seen lately dollar sell-off and buying the stocks, right? So this combination, everyone right now believes this combination will prevail. Well, I would be very careful. What we have to remember, what I'm always trying to explain, the decision FOMC is around 2 hours, 1 hour before the US market close, right? So we are going to see some kind of the reaction, but the real reaction, the real market reaction might be visible 24 hours after, right? It might be visible during the next New York session. What is very important, as I said, that everyone and his dog expecting continuation of the dollar selling, continuation of the buying stock. The Fed will push stock towards the moon, right? But for now, I think that the high bar being set, I would be very careful when it comes to trying to chase the market right now, right? NASDAQ, for example, hit 10K, quite good psychological level when you want to take some profit. But anyway, high bar has been set, so the market has a very high expectation and easily could be disappointed. Because come on guys, NFP was great. Why? We need additional money, right? Everything is fine based on stocks interpretation, all right? And the last very important thing, watch the yields, guys. Watch the yields, guys. So I do expect fireworks, and we will see. I wouldn't buy as anyone, but I think that it's gonna be easy to disappoint few participants. All right, let's check few charts. Okay, so let's start with this 10-year T-notes. Yields are here. Last week we've seen the rally from 0.64 as high as 94, so 50% rally. We have a little bit of the pullback. Now the question is if the spike to the downside we've seen a few weeks ago, it was the end of the game, and now we are going to make this U shape and we are going to move higher, meaning that we are going to see sell-off when it comes to the 10 years. Well, we will see. Now the retest of this broken consolidation, right, cannot be ruled out. We are talking about the 0.75, so just few ticks away, and then go higher. 102, right? The next one could be as high as 128 and somewhere around 150. So it's all about this week close. I think retest higher, that's what we are going to see when it comes to the tens. Now let's have a look what we have when it comes to the dollar index. Okay, that's the dollar index, and a very interesting and important thing. Let me switch to the daily, it's gonna be better visible like this. And okay, so what is important? Important in my opinion is the whole move here we've seen. All right, so let's make it a little bit like this. Where we are right now, very, very important thing. Well, first thing first, equal waves, right? Right here, right here. That's the number one. It's in relation with the possible over under, right? Another very important thing. So this 96 when it comes to the dollar index, 95.50 with some spike down, crucial today. Of course, we have to see the daily close above 96.50, right? The lower shadow from last Friday post non-farm payrolls, right? Would be even better to see the daily close above weekly open, so closer to 97. The question today is if the dollar is gonna be killed by the Fed. Well, we have to ask ourselves also that post 2008 financial crisis, right? The bankers were trying to kill the volatility, okay? And so are they going to allow for huge fireworks when it comes to the weaker dollar? Number one. Number two, what has changed lately, right? There is still, in my opinion, not enough dollar in the world right now. So I'm going to watch the development very carefully. But as I mentioned, the real reaction we could see 12, 24 hours post FOMC decision. So let's check majors. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to euro dollar, dollar yen, and the cable. There you go. Let's start with euro dollar. Let's start with the higher time frame. Another swing high being rejected, but I would like to turn your attention into that particular candle. That's the range from 9th of March, and especially when we are talking about the bottom of that candle right over here. Look, the last 4 days, last 4 attempts, we get the daily close below that significant level. All right, that's the thing number one. Thing number two, what we see right now, it could be another stop count, but we have very important level 1410, right? So we might hit that level and we might see rejection towards the end of the day, and we might see this type of the candle towards the end of the day, right? This type of the candle towards the end of the day, okay? So the more stop count to the upside. Why this 1410 could be important? It's what we discussed already quite a few times. It could be this supply, right? So this is 1410. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to the selling perspective. When it comes to the buying perspective, yesterday low and yearly open are crucial for now. If the bulls are not gonna be able to hold 112, it could be the game changer again. For now, well, we are above yearly open, doesn't look good from the seller's perspective, but let's check if the dollar is going to pass the exam later today. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the dollar yen. It's very interesting as well. Big failure, and over the course of 3 days we gave up previous week gain, all right, and we are approaching very significant 107.10 level, right? That from here, after the stop count, you can see lower shadow, we've seen the rally, all right? So 107.10, but also I would like to point this particular daily range. It's a 30th of April, right? Because from here, that was the locally latest weakness, right? So that's the also related to 107.10, but the whole range is important. So even 106.80, 106.50. Okay, what about the sellers? Where the sellers are right now? I think sellers around the Monday low. All right, we are talking about 108.40. Then 108.80, we discussed this weakness, all right, and then of course weekly open. So that's how it looks from the dollar yen perspective. And finally, cable. Okay, here are full of fireworks. We have this rally. I like this setup with the 3 higher highs. You know, we've seen rejection, but again, pound went higher, trying to clean some more stops. Overall, with euro dollar, we discussed both sides, buyers and sellers. With dollar yen, we discussed buyers and sellers. Well, it's hard to explain for me why the pound is going higher, but the buyers have to hold 127 or 126.40, and the sellers have to step in here because we are inside huge supply based on the weekly chart. That's the huge supply based on the weekly chart, right? There is a room to eventually go a little bit higher, but you know, it's hard to imagine we are not going to see more aggressive sellers unless Fed has completely different plan and the sentiment when it comes to the dollar is not gonna change. So be careful guys this evening. If necessary, I'm going to get back with the update. Don't chase the market, lower your exposure. Be careful, take care, and see you around guys. Take care, goodbye.